Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a stay-at-home mom to 7 children. I homeschool, and this month of January, I am working on 30 days of decluttering and minimalism, which I absolutely love. So I would love for you to join me on this challenge, and we're going to start first with getting your Declutter 1000 Things free chart. And so you'll find the link for that here in the description box. Okay, so this is what the Declutter 1000 chart looks like. It's really easy, and basically what you're going to do with me along the way of the whole month is practice and work on decluttering and finding what minimalism works for you and using this as your accountability to yourself. So each square boxes is 100. These two are 50 and they're in 10 box rows, so super easy to do. I have already decluttered 62 things today on January 1st, which is really exciting. You're going to want to put this in a place that you're going to see it. I put it in the kitchen and right next to my calendar so that I can pass by it all the time throughout the day, and then I can add to my little boxes and color in as I go. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how to get started, because a lot of people, this is the first thing that kind of gets them in that frozen state of like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know where to start. So your first things first is get that chart and have some accountability. Second, this is the biggest tip that I give people, and it's how I started my minimalism and decluttering journey. Was I basically started a Pinterest board on what I wanted a certain area of my home to look like. And I would just add things to that Pinterest board of what I would envision that space to look like. Now, when I first started my minimalism journey, it was like 7 years ago. My second daughter was just a baby and our house was super cluttered. Literally every corner had things. I was a bit of a pack rat. I went through a lot of trauma in my teens and growing up, and my parents divorced. So I have, I guess, like a scarcity mindset of feeling like all the things that I do have are very special to me. And so I wouldn't want to get rid of anything. And that kind of carried over into being married and having kids. And so finally my husband was like, you need to let go of some stuff. And honestly, our house was super tiny, 1,000 square feet, and it definitely needed to be decluttered. And so part of that journey for me 7 years ago was envision a space and just have it ingrained in your mind of like what the ultimate space would look like, aesthetics, all of it, how you want it to look. Because when you go into your first time decluttering, you want to be so focused on what the end result of like, this is how I want this space to look, that it was easier for me to then come across some items and be like, does this fit into what I'm envisioning in this room? Yes or no? And that really helped me make those decisions. Yes, it is totally hard to sometimes make the decisions, especially on things that I had like an emotional tie to, but I had to make that choice. And that thing, like on what to decide to keep or not to keep, part of it, if it really truly does have sentimental value, then I would keep it. But I had gone through a lot of like, okay, I have things from like high school, journals, stuff that like I was ready to let go of. I did let go of, and that's going to be different for everyone, and that's okay. So your number one step is I want you to envision what your space looks like. Pick a space. For me, when I first did it, it was my kitchen and my living room, and I just pinned as many things as possible on Pinterest to make like my perfect living room and kitchen. Okay. And then I went on a decluttering spree, bags and bags and bags. If it didn't fit into what I envisioned, or it didn't have a home that I could put it in and still keep my vision of what I wanted it to look and feel like, then it had to go. And I will say that some spaces were really easy to do this with, to envision things, and other spaces were hard. I do want to point out here that you don't need to have a ton of spare money to have a Pinterest board that you're envisioning how things will look, because we were living off of like $40,000 at the time, and we didn't have money to like decorate stuff at the time, but I still was able to declutter and minimalize things to get the process started, even if like aesthetically it didn't look like my Pinterest boards, right? I was on that process. So this is how I recommend getting started. If you're new to decluttering, new to minimalism, this is a great way to start. Start with envisioning what you want it to look and feel like in whatever room it is. Pick the easiest room or the room that you spend the most time in and start with that. From there, it should snowball into other things. So that is my tip on getting started on decluttering and minimalism. What are your tips for getting started? Please let me know in the comment section. Also, if you want your Declutter 1000s chart, you can also get that in the description for free. All right, bye guys.